Well. Here we are again, people. Viral match reaction. A lot can be said after this game. A lot will most likely be said after this game because we are victorious and atop the league, and we march on towards that coveted position of being able to say that we are champions once again. So let's enjoy, like I said earlier, like I said so many times yesterday, to those out there that are all about, well, it's all about the negativity, and it's all about the uh we gotta drum up some controversies and the likes. Let me say, well done to those that say no. We're going to enjoy this. We're the Mighty Reds.
I felt we were hard done to by the ref in the Fulham game. It was him that put paid to our chances by sending Robbo off, and that's where the negativity came in, because we actually drew 2 games in a row after winning so many on the spin. But yeah, you know what I mean? It wasn't the players' fault, was it? That ref decided to send Robbo off.
I'll tell you the truth too. You know what? The other thing about that is not just about the Fulham game, but about football in general. I know that it was, if you're a Spurs fan, you're probably a little bit, in the dumps a little bit, because your team definitely got outplayed, but they didn't lie down and just, allow for themselves to die. They went, and there were goals. Just as it was a Daniel Day-Lewis special today, and you're just running up against a team like Liverpool that has just way too much. I mean, this is a team that didn't even have Diego on or Nunez on the pitch. I was actually hoping we could have seen them play earlier, if not started this game, because this is a kind of game that could maybe jumpstart them in, getting into the run and form of things, and to have them be joining the likes of your Doms and your Luchos and certainly your Salahs that were shining today. It was absolutely a fun match to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're all desperate to see, say, like Jota back and Chiesa back, but I'm glad that we're taking our time, bedding them back in, you know what I mean? Wasn't like to see Jota start, but he didn't, because we didn't need him in the end, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's all credit to Arnie, like, in it, that from what he's got, like, we didn't even need those other players. They come on and play the part towards the end, but we got the job done without them, and they're still to come back in the next couple of weeks, aren't they, these players?
Yeah. I said it was a Daniel Day-Lewis special. Maybe like we were talking about backstage, it's a Power Station special today. The Power Station. Some like it hot. That's what it was. Yes.
When the heat is on.
That's right. And Ethan, that's right. See, there you go.
Who's sweating when the heat's on, innit? He looks like sweaty in his pressers lately, Pat. There's a lot of perspiration and that, and a lot of scratching. He looks agitated, the man.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, he is. The Egyptian king, excuse me. The Egyptian king. Brian.
Yeah.
What's good?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything right now, yeah. I know Nolante, when we were watching it, he was a little bit unhappy with the scrappiness of some of the goals, but I was kind of saying, to me, it's almost like a contact high when you go there. Like, they play crazy stuff and they just bring out the crazy. It's just like, when are you going to be in a 9-goal game? You should have gone with your 5-3. You were nearly there.
It's not crazy. Like we defended badly, is it? I thought we defended well. It was just like The second goal, Kulusevski just flicked off the top of Virgil's head slightly, didn't it? And sat up nicely for him. The first one, Max should have just carried on standing up, shouldn't he? Like after he went through, instead of like after that guy's leg hit him and he done that shit, he should have just stood the fuck up, shouldn't he? And Maddison wouldn't have got it. So, there you go. Like,
no, I just mean in terms of Nolante was kind of he wasn't happy with it. It's like, now nobody would be happy if we're doing that kind of stuff every week. I just think this is just what happens to you when you go there. There's something in the water there. So we're not doing that every week. We don't score 6 goals every week. We certainly don't score 6 goals against top, inverted commas, top teams like Tottenham, big spending, top 10 team, whatever you want to call them. So all of it was just not what normally happens today. So I'm not expecting us to defend like that again. It's just what they make you do. So when they go kamikaze or they just do what they do.
yeah,
But you can't be disappointed. 6 goals, 9 goals. Like Keeler was saying, if anyone there wasn't happy with the money, I mean, some of those Tottenham fans might not have been that happy. Brilliant game. Everything about it was just great fun to watch. That's what you want on a Sunday afternoon before Christmas.
Yeah,
you
look at
you want the 3 points.
Results against all the other like top 6 clubs. The good, aren't they? Spurs are the team that like fails because they lose points against lesser sides, and but their record against the other top clubs is always good, isn't it? They always have a good game against City. Like they manage to play well against City very often. They do well against United. They could hold their own with Chelsea and Arsenal.
Do you know that I got you. The unique thing about it is 90 pretty much. You can't say 100% because this game last year showed us that even VAR gets offsides wrong, or at least sometimes miss offsides, despite saying they were offsides. They don't exactly register them as being really offsides, but yeah, chances are if VAR didn't say he was offsides, then he really wasn't offsides. But I will also say this too. First player in Premier League history to hit double figures in both categories before Christmas.
The man's on a mission.
For those that talk about us needing to score, us being quote unquote more clinical. Yeah. Tell that to Mo Salah.
Big delay on that.
Goes past the legendary Scottish player today too as well on the scoring list, all-time top scorers for Liverpool. Absolutely pretty impressive run by this man, the Egyptian king.
Yeah, it's just an impressive
Today,
show.
Shout out to those that were.
On the action one, he getting in there.
It would be interesting. I know they might be doing. Yeah.
Him and Szoboszlai linked up well.
This, I don't think. You know what it is
this delay.
To answer Ethan's Gamer's question. Yeah, I know I have a little bit delay. I closed the window. Yeah. I was going to say what it is with this is that hopefully it's not delaying any longer. Let me make sure. I'll close this last little window here. What I was going to say is that there is certainly those that might say that, Salah has passed his peak, but I think it's more like, I think it's more on the sense that Salah has hit a peak and just been cruising. I think it's like that, when you're in a airplane and you hit that max altitude and you just cruise for the rest of your duration of the ride. Salah is at a level where he is just in automatic zone. Like he's in that zone. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Hopefully I'm not lagging anymore, right? Correct?
No, not to me.
Okay, just making sure. Making sure. Sorry about that. Had a couple of windows open in the back. That might have been causing it whenever I open up sometimes when I open up some of the websites that have like videos and all these embedded videos into it, it ends up taking up so much of the RAM on my computer. But I should be back up to pace right now, so we can chop it up. What I was just saying earlier was just the sheer fact that Mohamed Salah is at cruising altitude, certainly in the Live Bird. We are at cruising altitude as well in the Live Bird. It is a absolutely impressive win today. Look, we all thought how often I often pick us to get clean sheets, but going up against this team, I really, really did not see a clean sheet in our future. We're certainly proven right on that one. The defensive measures that we got scored on, yeah, you know what? It's kind of is what it is on a team that's going to just be full at a 45 degree, like trying to go forward. Basically, even if it's into the wind, they're going to position themselves to go forward at 45 degrees. So yeah. The LC bandwagon will definitely be getting. You will see some people hopping on the bandwagon pretty soon, I'm sure.
No, man, we have no time for bandwagons. They're full. There's no space.
No space.
We don't deal with bandwagoners.
There you
we
go.
Don't deal with those people. We don't deal with those people.
There you go.
They can take the L, as it were.
There you go. Yeah. Also, I was just trying to give a shout out. There is a Dora the Explorer in the house, and that Dora Explorer is looking for Mr. Angel. Who was saying, yeah, Lucho just can't score in this offense. Lucho said, yeah. hold that a little bit on that. But big up to Mr. Angel. Big up to Chris Angel, friend of the show, and definitely a fellow friend, fellow Red, and definitely certainly a friend for sure. Impressive. Some lovely goals today. Absolutely some lovely goals. This guy right here it's actually on my right shoulder, but on my left shoulder on the screen, absolutely in form in this game, making a huge difference in this game. Played so very well.
Yeah, despite conceding 3 goals, I thought we had a good game today. On the whole, defensively, there was lots of good defending today. Okay, we conceded 3 goals, but not every side's as potent as Spurs. And Leicester most certainly aren't. I believe we could certainly get a clean sheet there in a few days' time around to Leicester.
Yep.
I thought they played. I thought Joe and Virgil had a good partnership today, and Robbo and Sam played well too. Just they're a good side. They scored a couple of goals. A couple of them we could have avoided. It was just individual little things, or the ball fell for Spurs or whatever. But also fell for us a couple of times in the box. But
told you, guys. I said 3 was the magic number. It certainly was for us today, in the sense of in the first half, getting that third goal before halftime was big. Let's be honest, that was very, very big. When it went from 2-0 to 2-1, that sparked that crowd. That gave them some hope. That allowed for them to think that maybe they can get on a little bit of a scoring spree of their own, and they can really make us sweat in this game. And when that third goal was scored, that was big. That's why I think that goal by Dom was a big goal, to be honest with you, because there's some great goals. Lucho's goal was a really well taken header. McAllister was a really good. I thought McAllister's goal was just a smart football, football goal, in the sense of he went into the space and ended up taking it over. But again, I thought going into halftime at 3-1 was a major difference maker for us. I thought.
Yeah, I don't think anybody that knows, that's the difference. The difference between going in at 2-1 down or 3-1, that was the biggest goal in the game, other than maybe the opener. I mean, we're sitting here going 2-0 halftime. Okay, let's keep it tight. No silliness. Then they get back to 2-1. The whole thing shifts. But to do it, to get a third goal, knock them back right to, basically being 2-0 up again.
As well on the first half play that we deserved.
Huge psychological blow.
Yeah,
it was a huge psychological blow. It took everything out of everything they got from scoring that goal. We took it right back, and
then took a bit more as well.
This is the game. This is the game I've been saying for Dom. He just needs a big game. He needs a big performance in a big game, not to prove anything to anybody. It was not about. It was to remind himself of how good he is. He needed to have a big game in a big performance in a big game and go out and show, so that the next day there'll be people talking about him and how good he was. And he did that today. And this is all he just needs, that little bit of a fire lit under him. And it's only ever
I was
been
pleased that he stayed on. Once I could see he had the bit between his teeth.
That was the right thing. That was the right thing to do, is leave him on
all game, And he kept getting involved. He set up Salah's last goal, didn't he?
That should just remind him that's how good a player he is now. Just do it again. I think that's all he was lacking, was that little bit of confidence, maybe in himself. Because the ability is all there. Now he should be buzzing off the back of that performance. And go and do it, and now he can say, right, cool. That's me again. Just go and do it, man. He can perform like that. Not in every game, but that's the kind of player he is. That's how involved he can be.
So let's see more forward into the next few games. 100%. Anyway, with Leicester and West Ham. Now he seems to have the bit between his teeth, a bit like,
No. I don't know if I don't know about this Ali era over and all that stuff. I don't understand. That was the last thing I was thinking about was Ali's performance. I get that he got 3 goals scored on him, but let's just be honest. Like, those goals, they're well taken goals by Spurs.
Yeah,
I was just opening up a Capri. Yeah, I was just opening up a Capri Sun in celebratory actions for my team Capri Suns. Shout out to Dakota B, who might be relishing a little bit about her earlier statements on Mr. Dominic Szoboszlai. Shout out
crow for Christmas, maybe.
Yeah,
some crow for Christmas dinner.
Yeah. And that includes that Team Capri Suns also includes Mr. Angel. That's why I say they're my friends and they're my compatriots, in that they are certainly fellow Reds, true and true. Team Capri Sun, but Team Capri Sun gotta recognize we had some good performances today by some of those that Revenite. Where you at, brother? Where you at? I know this is your opportunity. No one said you can't, just because you were hating on those players, that you can't join the celebration now. You just got to say, hey, my hands are up. I was wrong. I should have given these guys the opportunity. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, you might have to you have to do like the dishes after the party. That's all. But you're still part of the party. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. We're just having fun. We're having fun, enjoying the moments because, yeah, I've gotten myself. Yeah, Team Capri Suns. Yeah.
They're lovely,
Uh,
then.
What's that?
They're lovely. Capri Suns, very tasty.
Yeah. That's a ringing endorsement, I know. Yeah. I get they're more of like I don't know. They're more of like the lunch back when you're a young kid. You had usually that in your lunch pail or your
Some vaguely flavored water is all there.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
flavor
Flavored
adjacent.
water.
Flavor adjacent. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, the quality was bad years ago when I was a kid. The quality of things like that was piss poor. Nowadays, you've got things like Sunny Delight, and it's got
it's like
it was all right when it first come out, and then they spoiled it. That Sunny Delight made it taste weird, but yeah, when it was just like it was piss poor. And when I am saying it tasted like piss. Some of them, it was just like fruit flavored water, but you might as well have been drinking your own urine, like as far as I was.
all right, enough of that. That's enough of that visual, please. Pause on that. Big up, Nolante. How you doing today? Yep. Yep. Okay.
Keep on talking. That's fine. I've got nothing to say.
No worries. JK in the house. You got JK. Got
Let's bro.
How you doing?
Okay. I know.
All good, bro. All good. Evening, guys. What a mad game. I would have preferred the 3-0 than the 6-3, but yeah, man, we scored 6 goals. Mad.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I preferred it. I preferred it this way, like, because it was just a really good performance from beginning to end. And playing like that away to Spurs, you're going to concede a couple of goals, aren't you?
Yeah.
And he was like the defense today. I thought the defensive unit did well. Like they couldn't, you know what I mean? The goals were just pretty much unavoidable. Like, you know what I mean? The ball just fell right. Whatever. We conceded a couple of goals, but I thought we played well as a unit today. Like, and yeah, that's what I think.
Today was the birth of Szoboszlai. For me, that's like that. He played so good today, man. Like, that is his best game for Liverpool. That today, bang! What?
It's a game we've been waiting for, JK.
Where second, right?
Yeah, it's a game we've been waiting for.
But the game we've been waiting for, he was just on it. And then what happened in the phase where Tottenham scored 2 goals, he didn't touch the ball. You know what I mean? So it was just like, as soon as he had the ball, we were in control. He was just like, he just.
Told you that midfield. That midfield, I thought we could control. I thought we could boss their midfield, and I think we really did. To be honest with you, McAllister was a handful for them to handle today. Yeah. Dom was active. Gravenberch was active. Just Robertson, absolutely a lot for them to have to deal with today, and I think that you saw a difference in. And it's not saying that it's not saying that Spurs don't have a good midfield of their own. Let's be honest with you. Sarr has been playing well this year. Basuma has been playing well again too. Madison, like I said earlier, someone that I said was someone that I thought was going to be an issue when it comes to trying to contain from getting a goal for himself. Got a goal today as well. They played decent. I just thought that our midfield was going to absolutely handle them. And I think they did. I absolutely think they did. It's not. Yeah, I think when it comes to with Spurs this year, I think it's not about stopping them from scoring. I think it's more like just scoring more than they score on you. I think that's the mindset you would probably have to keep when coming up against the Spurs this year, because they're not going to stop you from scoring. It's just a matter of can you score more than they can score.
True. But I think the goals we let them score weren't great. I think we should have not let them score. I think Virgil should have took care of that Solanke goal.
Yeah, that was poor. Yeah, I agree.
And we let
Spurs.
3 goals in. That's the only annoying thing. We let 3 goals in. I'm so annoyed at that. You know, if we scored 6, we won the game, great. But 6-1, it would have been beautiful, you know? Them 2 goals, we shouldn't have let them 2 goals in, man. I'm really disappointed in that.
I think for the second one, Kulusevski is like VVD and there's someone else in the midfield. I don't know, ball watching and let him run through. Was it who was on the was it Robbo? I think so. Or whatever, the ball watching to let him go through. Yeah, that was a little bit took the chain. I think VVD was the worst out of the back 4, if I'm honest. And that's saying something.
Even though he played good.
Yeah, he had the okay game.
And on the whole, it was just the goal. Them goals went in, like, and you know, at least we're in this position now, like that we can moan about this after winning 6-3. But yeah, we can do better, and we will do better in the future. But we won't be playing too potent as Spurs in an attacking sense.
Big up, Quasi. Hey, hey, Charlie.
Hey,
we're winning. We're winning. But
I'm glad that all you guys are saying the same thing I was saying. People said I was being negative Nancy when I said I'm looking at the score. I'm like, at what point did Spurs deserve even 1 goal?
Exactly.
Like, we are too good. Like Liverpool, I just posted something on Twitter. We are so good. There's no team on the planet that I'm scared of. Tell me any team in the Prem right now that scares you when we go play them. Newcastle.
Tell me any team in the world. We've played the best teams in the world so far, and we've handled them too.
You see what I mean? So that's why I think I get frustrated, because I'm like, we are way too good to make such silly mistakes, and it kills our the good work that we did. Because that goal that Maddison scored, yes, there was a foul or something, but at the same time, McAllister, why are you giving them? And whoever gave him that ball also needs to be talked to. Why do you give him a ball when 3 people are surrounded around him? I know you trust your teammate, but let's play it more safer, you know. But you know, I think because I want us to beat them so that the rest of the league will say, okay, yeah, these guys are for real. So giving them 3 goals, kind of like, okay.
You know what? Okay. Now finish your thought. I was going to ask you a question anyway, but go ahead, finish your thought.
Yeah, I'm just saying. With me, it's like I'm looking at the game. Like the first half, I was saying it on my watch along. I said, if we raise it 70 to 75%, we're gonna score 2 goals, and we did that. And 4 and 5 came in just like that. And after that, we took our foot off the gas a little bit. I think I don't want to scapegoat any player. It's just all of them were good today. And I know one of my guys was like, I give it to the whole team as man of the match. But personally, I think the unsung hero, Gomez, man.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. That makes Lante happy to hear. I know that.
Yeah, Joe had quite a few one-on-ones that he dealt with perfectly today, didn't he? Him and Virgil were in tandem good today.
Agreed.
And Helia with the Tears for Fears, I'm talking to you comment. Yeah, man, Sabotslai in Germany was great. Hasn't done it at Liverpool, and today was the day he sort of did that.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's the whole point we're trying to make, is that we know how good this guy is. We've just been waiting for him to explode into life as a player that we know he is, because his confidence, whatever, is that he's just playing within himself. You know, the idea of doing everything within yourself, not quite fully expressing yourself. Yeah. I've been saying it for months now. All he needs is one big performance, not away against Chesterfield in the cup, not against the kids in training, but in a big game where it matters. He goes out and he shows not just the world, not fans, because we know how good he is, but he reminds himself just how good he is. And I think this will be a moment now where he goes on and we see the real Dominic Szoboszlai, the real, genuine, the guy we bought, that Slot knows is in there, that we all know is in there, that can do those things, impact games, not just through the middle or not just out wide, everywhere, all the time, passing, shooting, creating, scoring. I just think this is the day here. It's not like that at all. It's just, we're just waiting for this kid to know what we know he can do. He's seen today. And I think, like you said, today is his day. For me, it was his day today.
Yeah.
in that game.
Like that midfield was like they had. I don't think they even what's it? They have. Is it Saar that they have that has a lot of energy?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And then they have Bissouma, all of them high energy players. They've never seen something like that before.
They were bamboozled.
They were shocked. They were like,
Bamboozled.
"What is this? I don't know. Have you ever been around somebody who's all over the place? You'd be like, bro, sit down." That's what it felt like.
You know
That's-
what? You know what? As well today, what I noticed,
yeah.
all the players that people have been moaning about in the last few weeks,
Yeah.
so Bobsey,
Exactly where I was
Diaz,
about to go with it. Yep.
and even McAllister was getting mentioned.
Tell him,
McAllister
JK.
today-
Tell him
Maka-
again.
Maka-
Tell him again.
I'm telling you, man. Today, all of them got Diaz was getting rinsed in the last few weeks, and Sabotsalai. Both of them guys stepped up today.
I was gonna ask. Wait, to I hopefully a friend of the show. All the same, Mr. Magnum PI, Mr. Das, where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at with the Trent Alexander-Arnold? I want to hear again. Tell me again.
This
Oh,
was
Trent
a
Alexander-Arnold
classic
playing
Arnold.
like dog poo poo.
What did you think about him taking McAllister off when he did? Because
I didn't like it.
I like it. I like it.
The thing with McAllister is he's only got little legs, and he, the other three like Sobersley, Jones, Gravenberch, they're more like athletic, aren't they? And athletes, and they've got there's a lot of physique there. McAllister's like a little guy, isn't he? And I think he gets tired easier, and that's why he had to come off.
Yeah, you know what it is as well, Lee. He's sort of being looked after. He's played a lot of football in the last year, and I think as soon as he came off today, we gave Tottenham 10-15 minutes to get 2 goals. Then that goal, the first goal they got, Tottenham got, that sort of gave us, the second goal they got, that gave us a bit of a kick up the backside we needed to get control of the game, and then we got another goal. But for me, McAllister coming off gave Tottenham a little bit of the ball too much, I think.
Yeah, I think I don't want to
think
say
about that theory, or is that sizest of me to say the little guys got the same physique? Is that sizest to say that? He's only got little legs. He gets tired easier, doesn't he?
Just little legs.
The others, right?
He gets stuck in as well. He gets stuck in as well. Yeah.
I think there's no incident. I mean, there's no accident when Maka left. The momentum disappeared because he was our tempo, right? He was controlling the whole tempo.
Yeah.
Jones could not match the tempo. That's what happened. And when he couldn't do that, the midfield kind of collapsed a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is the part where, if I'm being negative, I'm like, Virgil, I need you to step out in the leadership and start telling people, kick the ball to Rosette and get everybody hollow up and say, guys, get back to your square, because the goals they scored, it looks, nice. But it was just because we were standing there like the game was over. And the game felt like it was 100 minutes. Because at 75 minutes, I was, this game is over. And they still have 30 minutes to go. I'm like, brethren. So I can understand. I empathize that these games, you could lose your train of thought and lack of focusness. But if we want to be champion, you know what I mean?
We're winning that game 6-0.
Exactly.
Even more.
Should have been nice,
We should have won
personally.
10-0. Let's be true to
could
that.
have been.
I thought I did that for a minute. I was like, we might hit 8 or 9 in this game.
I'm on about double figures.
So again, a hat
there
trick.
was I didn't want to say that out loud. If you say it out loud, it probably won't happen. So I'm just like, I there was a part and I was like, yeah, we could hit 8, we could hit 9. This could be like Bournemouth settings or something like that.
I imagine
Robertson. Robertson.
I imagine 7. That's the furthest I went in my imagination, is that we were going to get 7, but it was 5-1.
Yeah. And then we made it nervous at 5-3, and you're thinking, oh God, here we go again. And then the 6 kind of puts the shine. The 2 goals. But what I would say is I've been hearing on certain medias, and again, this is my opinion, so I'm solely on this. I'm getting a bit tired of this, like this Kanai thing. Like a lot of people say, one of you say, the XG, and with Kanai, it would have been average, it would have conceded. I'm kind of bored of that. Look, Kanai is a great player. Don't get me wrong, but Kanai is like, people forget that Kanai has had bad games. But we
More
won.
so, no, I think people don't recognize that Joey G has good games, and Joey
Well,
G's
no, they
Joey
don't.
G
That's what
has,
I'm saying. And
I
again,
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what I'm
I'm
saying,
a
Tom.
pro
In my
perfectionist.
opinion, people might disagree with me. That's fine. We all got opinions. I don't think people say Kanate is clear of Joey. I don't think it's that much clearance. I don't think it's that clear in terms of the levels. I think Joey's just as good as Kanate. But then that's my opinion. Maybe people will say I might like him, but I've seen Joey. I've seen him directly with my own two eyes. And Kanate might have little attributes are better than Joey, but Joey has attributes better than him. So I'm just, again, I'm just getting tired of the scenario with like, oh, Joey, like the XG and stuff. It can happen. It's football. It's a team game. It's not. Otherwise, just play Kanate, VVD in the back four against 11 men, and then and let's see how great they do then. You know what I mean? It's a team game. The team has to do better, and we know Slot. And one thing I like Slot is that he's going to be, because he's in that dressing room saying, "Yo, guys, what you doing?
Oh yeah.
Why are you conceding another two, man? Making them in the game.
Thank
We
you.
won, but we need to do it better." And that's one thing I'll go give Slot. And certain instances, he's got like the Forest game. He keeps referring to the Forest game. I like that. He doesn't want his players to lackluster, and that's what I like from our manager. He's like, yeah, that's good, but listen, we need to move. You know what I mean? So, there we have it anyway. But
And then also people needs to understand, if you want to be a champion, you can't put in your mind that, oh, we won. Why are you guys? No. Championship do not make excuses. It's go. And I bring it up again. The year that we won the league, I said there was no team on the human planet that could have stood in front of us and go toe-to-toe with us. We 100%. Were so scary. Team were already lost during when they were warming up, right? We were not making excuses. Yes, we didn't smash every team 3-0, 5-0, but you knew it was going to be a long day from whistle one to the end of the whistle. So when we say this, and I see a lot of guys here who don't wait till when we lose or we drop points, and then they come out, they be like, see, this is what I talked about. No, they go from the beginning. When we win, they say great win or bad win, just that we need to do better here and there, right? I don't see Brian or Nalante or anybody here waiting till when we lose, then they start complaining. We say, okay, today, great performance, at least 75% of the game, great performance. But why do we allow a team score 3 goals that they don't deserve? Exactly. I would say there was only one thing they did well. The one that Allison saved towards the end of the game. That was the only time I'm like, okay, Spurs did something. Other than that,
that was a good save, that one from Ali.
You know what I mean? Yes, sometimes enjoy that we played bad and we won. But that one, in the course of 38 games, it should happen at least 4 times within the 38-week games. It shouldn't even happen every single week. It's not sustainable, right? Last year, we didn't win the league because guess what, people? 17 times we had to come from behind.
I like the celebration for Diaz's header where he polished Trent's boot. That was class, that one.
Oh, man, I loved it.
Yeah. It had to
be been a while. It's been a while.
Trent was good today. And Robertson for me. Robertson played real good today, I think.
Agreed, JK. Yeah. I think Robertson was solid up and down, but I'm not even thinking about Trent attacking wise. We all know he's got it in his locker. I'm thinking about the defensive side. Son was in his pocket nicely.
In his pocket, bro. Son didn't do nothing.
Yeah. Son, because Son, he usually gets the goal against us for whatever reason, even if we win the game. But I was like, yo, Trent, this is the Trent. Like I said, this season, he's been better defensively. So, and that's what I like to see about Trent. On the other
there's
side.
loads of interceptions today from Trent, and he's on the job.
Listen, so good that Son had to be subbed off, and now he's going home to cook some dinner. There you go.
Their best player is Kulusevski anyway, and he's the only one who sort of shined anyway.
Yeah, we have to give big ups to Trent and Robo, even though Robo, I'll let it slide, Robo. But Trent and Robo deserve big up because Trent, his passes, these Hollywood passes worked today. His defensive was on point. So if we're gonna criticize him in the last couple of games for doing this Hollywood stuff, and
I like the Hollywood
we have
stuff.
To big him up for what he did well today.
Right.
I'm all in on Hollywood Trent. because he pulls it off.
Them long
He
balls,
pulls it
bro.
off more
And he's
often
today,
than most.
man.
He
Yeah.
pulls it off.
Blockbuster.
Yes.
This game was perfect for Trent to do
He's
that.
Tom
Yeah.
Hanks. He's
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, man. He's 90% hit rate.
Yeah.
There you
But,
go.
you know, Quasi, you know that the moment that ball left his boot, he could have turned around and put his hands out to the crowd going.
And
"Thank
yeah,
you
say
very much."
there's a goal.
He
Yeah.
didn't even need to look. He
Nope.
didn't even need the second that ball.
Ball.
Oh my God, what a cross!
For the one against for
What
Lucho.
a- for
Yeah,
Diaz,
the one
what
for
a
Lucho.
ball! What
Gary
a
That's
Neville
ball!
why.
just
That's why he
described
shined
it
his boots.
brilliantly.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
why
right.
he shined his
Described
boots.
it brilliantly on Sky.
That's the
It
whole
sounded
thing.
like Gary Neville was like doing an advert, like trying to sell Trent to Real Madrid. Though he was going, no, the fullback can do this. Or Trent Alexander-Arnold can, and you just knew where it was coming from. It was like, yeah, he's going to leave, isn't he? Come and buy him.
I know. You see, you know the crazy. That's a very good point. As soon
It
as
is,
he
isn't
play
it?
well, a la Madrid contract. Yes. That
Gary
watch
Bullseye
all week
Neville.
is gonna be that. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
As soon as he play bad, yeah, Trent is negotiating. He's all in Liverpool.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, the way he
that's
worded
crazy,
it.
guys,
Yeah, the
sometimes.
way he worded it, Neville, it was perfect. I was like,
I know.
you know, advert, like.
Guys, can I just ask a question? Sorry to be a Debbie Downer to you guys in the panel, even in the chat. Just and then we get back to the fun stuff of the game. In terms of
You mean a
the
negative
second,
Nolante? Surely you
I
mean a
know,
negative.
no, just yeah, but it's just look, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. I just
go
want to
on.
ask all of you guys, who do you think was at fault for the second goal, Kulusevski? I'm just curious.
Flicked
Oh.
off the top of Virgil's head, so it's his fault. He should have
Virgil,
made a stronger connection. He looked pissed off when it went in, Virgil, after blaming. Skimmed off the top of his head, didn't it? Blames on Virgil.
there were two people. It started off Jones. Jones did not close his man out properly. He I think he was they call it cheating because he was hoping maybe the ball will go square and then he like right in front of the attacker.
Yeah, it bounced quite lucky for them just before it happened. It bounced the right way and then it ended up there and then it was in the net.
Right. So it was that's what I'm saying. two goals you could put Virgil in those things. And he knows it too. That's why he was so frustrated. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah. And he's the leader, so hey, blame the leader, man.
It was an odd. It looked weird when they
It looked
showed
very
it in
weird.
slow-mo. Everything looks weird in slow-mo, but the way he tried to kind of duck down and head it, it looks odd. But he obviously his line of sight, whatever he thought he was going to do something. I think Solanke did him with just no one's expecting a chip. It's a beautiful finish. It's a great finish. But I think it came from midfield. I think that could have been stopped earlier. I think the way it broke down, you can break it down what he did wrong, or whatever. You can trace everything back. But when you look at it, when you see the replay, it's like, what's Virgil even trying to do there? It's like he's trying to hit his own knee or something, and the ball is going up over him. So but, hey, look, like I said earlier on, I just think there's something that happens to teams when they go to that place. You get caught up in the madness. You get caught up in the crazy. You just like, we're not scoring 6 goals every game. We're not conceding 3, but you go there and it's just like, okay, something was in the water. They put something in my drink. Stuff got weird, but you know, other teams get a 4-4 out of that. We get a 6-3. You know, I'll take that kind of weird madness. But the third one, the Solanke one, where Virgil just seemed to like just not see him or something. I'd have to watch that, but that one to me was much weirder. It's just
it looked to me more like he gambled that he wouldn't finish.
Maybe, yeah, perhaps, yeah.
It was a good finish actually from Dom. Ali was just coming out to it, wasn't he? He was like, fell on his back. But you're going to concede goals in games like that.
What about you, 12, for the second goal?
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, not to be a Debbie Downer, but could we have scored more goals? Couldn't we have scored more goals?
Definitely. It wasn't just
fine. We'll change the subject. Sorry. We'll change the subject. Sorry. All right, let's change it. All right, no problem. We're done.
I mean, the first 15 minutes.
There was loads of breaks that we squandered today. It could have been conceivably 12.
That was only a joke. That was a Debbie Downer joke. Yeah. There could have been more goals, but I like I said, this is a Daniel Day-Lewis special today. There will be goals. There will be goals, and that's what we got. I mean, I don't think any of us didn't expect to see a shootout, and that's what we had today. And albeit, yeah, I would have liked to have seen us not concede the goals that we did, but I think that even Slot was prepared for us to get scored upon today because he mentioned about how he is a fan of this type of offense or this type of football. And obviously he's a fan because he knows that our team is definitely more capable of outscoring our opposition. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
he has it worked
why
out.
that was the thing.
He has
Like,
it
sure, I'm
worked
sure he
out,
would have
didn't
liked
he?
a clean sheet, but the end result is when you think about it, we were up 3-1 at halftime, and I'm thinking to myself, we still have Diego on the bench, we still have Nunez on the bench, we still have Elliott on the bench. I mean, in my mind, I'm thinking this is something to do. This is something that we can really make happen as being a conducive goal scoring machine if we start getting some of these players off of the mental penitentiary that they're in when it came to actually scoring. And I've been saying it time and time again. Once I don't think that Slot is saying to Dom, hey, don't go out there and score, but if he starts getting some goals, the levels that he creates and the contribution that he creates to this team are freaking off the charts, I think, because that's just another dynamic that we will have in our locker. And I think that's amazing. People are talking about Lucho, Mr. Dribble, no end product, no dribble. Yeah, where are you at now? Like, Lucho is a problem. There's a reason why I gave a shout out to JK about his comment about Lucho allows for us to create the shape that we need to be able to go forward, to be able to get people back into position, to be able to make the runs in those channels, to be able to do those types of things. But him in that 9 spot too is dangerous because now you have someone that if you do give him the ball with his back to the ball or on those lines where you give him something where he like traps the ball the way he did on that one approach, and you're able to allow for him to, do his cumbia lessons on the pitch, it's troubles. We have a very, very potent offense. I think that's why the people that were in that survey that I showed you were right to pick us as having the most potent offense in this league. Get Chiesa back. Get Chiesa. Like, imagine this team with a fully fit Chiesa in it. This is what I'm talking about. Having fit like the a Bradley and even a Kanate that can be for the corner kicks or be for being able to provide some rotation to Trent to be some those lines. Like, there are some high settings that we can approach if this team gets into the right gear. And let's be honest with you, going into Christmas is pretty impressive to be atop of the league. Because I don't think that many people out there with full heart had us being top of the league going into Christmas. I'm talking about in the summertime at least.
Yeah, no one did.
Not even Liverpool fans were expecting us to be in the 4th place. Remember, some people were mad because we hired Slot.
Yeah.
No, I think a lot of fans are pissed off because of the outlay. We only got Chiesa in, knowing that we needed maybe 2 more. I think a lot of fans didn't really know him, hence why, for me personally, I didn't judge him. Because for me, we only can judge him when that whistle blew at the first game of the season against Ipswich. I supported the guy. I didn't moan about him. That why did we get him in? I said, show us what you can do. Let's see how it goes. And it's been running pretty cool, So for me, there's no need to moan. Really, even players, Szoboszlai, Diaz, all these guys, people moan about why. And you got fuck all else to think about, man. Talk positive about the team for once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And
I don't care. There's no hate. Don't hate the game. Hate the player. No.
Yeah.
Nah,
You know what I mean? It could be the other way around.
let's end that talk for real quick on some 100.
Exactly.
This team is something to be proud of. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. There's not many opportunities that you get to have a ride that has been so immensely positive from the very start. And I will say this too. Bernie had a very good shout out too. Shout out today to the other side of Liverpool, by the way, doing us a little bit of a favor today. The blue side showing those blues from London, the blues.
Well,
I like that segment.
now you know
like
why.
yeah.
What's the name? 12 men. This is why I am in the whole mindset of stop the silly mistakes, and just because we won, we should not talk about certain habits that we have, because that team that we're talking about have taken 4 points off 2 title rivals.
Yep.
So that 3 points, that people think that we're gonna get from them is not folklore.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
It's not guaranteed. Until we get it, don't talk about it. That's why it's important for us to be very consistent in our performance. Right now, any goals that have scored against us is because we gave it to them. You know how
Simple as.
annoying it is?
From our mistakes. Yeah.
From our mistakes. It is very, very frustrating. You know what I mean?
Christmas time, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Saturday, yeah.
That's
got a
true,
big
though.
no
We
presents.
only give.
That's
You never
quite the
get
take,
goals
boss.
scored against us that are big time. It's always when we've made a blunder and they sort of pickpocket us and they fucking score, you know. That's the only time where we sort of concede goals. Is we can stop these goals. Like today, for me, Virgil could have stopped that Solanke goal.
Yes.
So it's like that. It's really, it's on the line, isn't it, of making a little mistake and cost us. We need to cut that out. For me, if we want to win this season, we got to stop conceding goals. We scored
Get back
3 in
to
at
the
Newcastle.
1-0s. Mm.
Yeah, I want to clean sheet against Leicester. I want to clean sheet against Leicester, you know.
Who do you think? Sorry.
Get the win, clean sheet. For me,
Mm.
Leicester next game, that we have to get a
Oh,
clean
I want a
sheet.
clean sheet. Oh, we should be getting a clean sheet
100%.
against
They
Leicester.
got battered at
Oh.
home against Wolves today, 3-0.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Yeah. Wolves are a decent team when they play. Yeah, I think Leicester.
believe it.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Yeah, clean sheet. I'm sorry. Yeah, mate. We should be conceding any goals against Leicester. But what also do you guys, and again for the chat as well, just like it felt a bit like a Klopp game, didn't it? The way we played a bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
It
Klopp was some in the Dakar, and I know, slot wouldn't be issued. And regarding to Hasselbone's point, listen, look, I'm the most realist fan you get, because let me tell you something, and I'm just gonna get to my point quickly. Sorry, but see, Mane and Salah, when we both linked to the clubs, I didn't want them, not because I didn't think they were good players. I just thought they were too inconsistent, because Mane was inconsistent for Southampton, and I thought, you know what, I don't think he'll work with us, but boy, was I proved wrong. One of my favorite players. Salah as well. Obviously, he done well in Italy, and when he was with Chelsea, he didn't really get that much of a chance. But here and there, but I just thought, I'm not sure. Boy, was I wrong. Happy days. And with Slot, and anyone who says yes, they wanted Slot in at the line. I knew about Slot. Feyenoord, because he done some decent things in the Champions League with Feyenoord. He got them to the Euro conference against Roma, against the Jose team. It was a good man. But personally, I had two. My personal one was Hansi Flick.
Mine too.
But again, when Slot came in, but I thought, but I like every player. I said, you know what? Let's see what he does, because I thought, again, the season hasn't finished, and I'm very tight. I don't get too excited until I know it's, as I was speaking to Bri offline, we're speaking about this, until it's mathematically no, but I'm very tight. I thought this season would be, consideration, a cup and top 4, I'll take that for the first season. And then the following season be the time to strike. But, fair play to Slot. There's certain things I'm learning more about him, his style, and the way he's pushing his players. I mean, all credit to him. You know what I mean? And even the little details I'm seeing about him just shows to me the manager becomes. So, look, fair play, and just long may it continue.
Yeah. When the Jurgen finally announced that he was leaving, I was fixated on Xabi, like a lot of other people. I was like, that makes so much sense. Bring Xabi back here. And then when we appointed Slot, I was like, who is this guy? But, those words, You know what I mean? Who is this guy? He's told me who he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, yeah, I just think to say that you wanted him to come in because you wanted him to fail, so that like
agenda purposes.
that's crazy. You know, that's
You know what I
completely
mean?
crazy. So what?
Mm.
I don't know where
some
you would
people
go with
wanted
that attitude.
too. Sorry, Irishman. I just have to throw that in there.
Yeah, no, it's just also I thought he was a great appointment because I thought he'd fail, and then we'd bring in Alonso. I mean, if you've got next week's lotto numbers as well, that'd be handy. You know, how do you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
But this is the
wanting the
part
guy to come in and fail is
Yeah.
that's low level mentality. You know, we bring in a guy that, you know, this is the new era now of
Thank
coaches
you.
nobody's ever heard of. You know,
Thank you
this is
for
not
saying
like
that. That's what I wanted to say. People are so stuck in Alex Ferguson managerial years of
Wenger.
days are gone.
yeah. No. These days, man, you got these young. There's a lot of young managers out there.
Young
Who are,
lads. Mm.
they are so good, tactically astute. They don't get the thing with the Premier League is they give these revolving managers the same jobs over and over and over. And over.
Yes, thank you.
And it affected the players. That's why England hasn't won anything because those managers in certain positions in the
they're stuck in their ways.
exactly. You know what I mean? Because England do have the talent. The problem is you don't have the manager to see that talent. Then they keep playing. They say, "Oh, let's play the English style." What is the English style? Yeah, put a big 6-7 striker up front and just keep launching the ball to him. That was in the 80s. It doesn't do that anymore. The game has changed. Whether you want to praise Pep Guardiola or whoever the manager is, the game changes and you have to change with it. Look at what Bournemouth do today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Look at even the Ipswich coach. He is a very, very good There's a lot of good managers out there. And the idea is the fans also need to stop thinking the game is one way. It's not. Right? The manager came to Liverpool and said, the manager came to Liverpool and said, I have a great team. I'm going to assess it. And people were making fun of us when we saying assessment. No, he's like, I'll assess it over the summer. And he realized that, wait, these guys are way too good. Klopp did the same thing when he first came to Liverpool. We wanted Lallana out. We wanted Milner out. We wanted all these guys out. He's like, no, these guys are really good. And guess what? He won the league with them. So
well, I think that, what he did, I also think, though, what was really good or what's technical about it is that, albeit Klopp did come into a team that, had already gone through summer and he came in October. So it wasn't, he could make changes immediately to that squad. But even when January came, he still stuck with that squad. He had learned many things from that squad. He saw that there were parts and points of that squad that were redeemable or usable in the pursuit of what he wanted to do with the future of the squad of the team. Some components, no, some components didn't make it. I get that part and point, but I mean, like, Slot also joined this club, and people. I remember who's that guy on the guy from Sarcasm City TV. He's a funny red. Ryan or something. His name, or something like that. Asking, he wanted like 6, 7, or 8. He's like, we need 7 of these players out, or 8 of these players out of the team. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? This team was contending for a good point of last season. Okay. And if it wasn't for injuries, we would not, and I mean injuries to not only key components, but serious injuries that put him on the sidelines for quite a bit of time. Okay. And was not an easy way and wasn't an easy way to get back into form. I mean, when you pull a hamstring, it's difficult to get back into form because you can't even run.
You could pull it,
you can't even run. So I mean, like, it's one of those cases where it's like this team has the components. It had the components last year to really be in contention. Up to a point, I did think that we could have won this season. I think that if we were healthy, I think we would have won last season, to be honest with you. If we had a healthy Diego, we had a healthy Mohamed Salah to get us through those last periods of the year, I think we would have gotten to the finish line. But unfortunately, we didn't. This year, we're fortunate that, yes, not only are we in form with the same basic team, other than an addition of Chiesa, who we haven't even again seen to this team, and it's going to be a very good asset when he is ready. This team that we have right now is poised to do big things, especially in a year when City does not looks like a shell of itself.
Oh, say it again.
It is just simple. You look at it and you look at this. I do not think, and it was the reasons why when I heard Arsenal supporters get onto their platforms, they got certainly highlighted on these other platforms like Terry, who's like, I don't understand Terry. Terry's like a Red Devil, but he speaks more about the Gooners than he does his Red Devils at times, But he's putting all these Gooners are out there talking. Oh, I don't fear. I don't think about Liverpool, or I don't fear Liverpool, or I don't. Liverpool's not a team that I'm worried about or looking at. I'm only concerned about City, and that's it. Yeah, tell me where you're at now. Tell me where you're at now.
12
I
man.
enjoyed Gary Neville's commentary today. I will remembered what it says. What he said, Gary Neville, when Trent put that onto Lucio's head. He said, there's no other fullback in world football that can do it that well. That was his plea for Real Madrid to come and buy Trent. I can see it on Trent's face there in your background. He knows Gary Neville's a twat. He's thinking about it himself there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what the funny thing is? You're talking about Terry and the Man U fans. They have found a way to hypnotize themselves to say, oh, the manager say we're going to have a storm. The manager say it's going to be hard. And they actually believe this nonsense. Last time I was talking to Ents, man, I was like, Ents, if we go to the gym and I want to do bench press, and the bench press is the bar is bent, doesn't mean that I don't do bench press, or I find another way to do the same,
do the weight. Lift the weight.
So Amaram have come to a team that he knows the players he has can play his favorite formation, tactics, or whatever. Why don't you play to the player's strength until you get the players that you want?
Yeah. Because because these players aren't going to be used in that form, in that sense of what you want going forward. But
this is called insanity. The players can play what you want. So make it easy for them. And then eventually when you get your players, then you go what? You do what you work. They make excuses.
Pops might have a contention.
No, the identity.
Pops is going against you.
No, he said you create an identity, which is what Huntsman said, right? Create the identity so when you bring the players in, they follow it. But the thing is, the players that you have right now are going to leave anyway. So what identity are you creating? Right? Right now, you hire me to do a job and say, you know what, you're not going to be here next month. So what identity are you creating when the players that you have right now are gonna be moved on? So at the end of the day, if it's not working, what's the name? Let's give her a perfect example. Conte came to Chelsea, tried to play the brand of football that he thought will make the fans and the owner happy. And they lost 3, 4, 5 games straight. And then he said, oh, none of that anymore. What did he do? He played the formation that suited the players that he had, and they won the league that year. So at the end of the day, we could use the bad words and the nice, catchy phrases and all that stuff, bro. If what Amorim is doing right now was Arteta, Terry will be telling Arsenal fans, yeah, get Arteta out of here. If it was Anslot, them same people will say, get him out of here. We don't give excuses to nobody. If I'm not going to give an excuse to my own team, you think I'm going to give you an excuse to you? Please. Yeah, go get something else, man. You lost me with that. But my new fans, yeah, it's not over yet. This thing, the storm has just started.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't want you to get relegated, but I love you being number 13. He's been here how many games? And still in 13, right?
Yeah, this is actually
his 9th game, right?
Yeah, this is the lowest. Yeah. This is the lowest that Manchester United has been before Christmas in. It was like in the past 100 years or something like that. It's like the lowest I've ever been.
Yeah. So, Pop,
Imagine
what
Quasi.
identity are you creating when you were in 13th and you came in and you're still in 13th? At least I'll give you consistency. I'll talk about consistency a lot. So I guess I'll give you that consistent. You are consistently shite.
They're gonna make the
Yeah.
excuse of trust the process and all those things. That's what
I know it ain't going to happen, but could you just imagine, just for a brief second, let's all imagine a world where both Manchester clubs get relegated this season.
Wow.
One through pure incompetence and the
Stop.
other
Wow.
through.
Just for 1 year. Just
Yeah.
for 1 year.
Exactly. Turn the AC down to 2. You know, everything's heating up here. Can you just imagine?
And can you imagine if we played them? We play they are relegated, and we played them in an FA Cup or Carabao Cup.
And just let them win it just for the laugh.
Oh, just for the laugh.
Just let them win it just for the laugh. Just go, yeah. Hand them their schedule for next year's championship. There you go. There you go. You enjoy your little cup there. You go off to the championship with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Either you go to their house or they come to Anfield.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I would love? If they come to Anfield and the DJ plays Champions League song by accident.
I'd wind them up even
I'd
more.
rock a little
I'd
Queen.
play
We
This
Are
Is
the
the One.
Champions in the background.
I'd play
for that
This
one.
Is the One by the Stone Roses. I'd play their intro song. That's what I'd do.
There you go.
I'd really troll those people. Like,
by the way, you know, there's in a rugby game there was a Liverpool DJ supporter who played "You Never Walk Alone" in at Old Trafford. Have you guys seen it?
did he get out alive?
I hope he did, but yeah, it's on YouTube. Go on YouTube, you'll find it. It was a rugby team. I believe it was a rugby game or one of those friendly charity game.
Was it DJ K-Mac?
And then I don't think
DJ K-Mac's snuck into the middle.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Perfect settings. Oh wow, yeah. We could only hope. It's so wild right now.
Yeah.
I would never have thought that you would have seen a city be like holding on, struggling to just try to make conference league. That's where they're at. They're trying to hold on to make conference league.
Let me ask the group a question, plus the people in the chat. But before I do that, please put that that comment by Haley Matthews in there. I just want you to.
High Lord.
Yeah, exactly. While I bask in that glory, what game do you think you see Manchester City winning? Why is it so quiet?
Yeah,
I don't know their schedule. In their like, what's I mean, who do I
all right,
beat?
so
I mean,
the next matchups are, to be honest with you, I don't know if they get. I don't know if they get a win in this next game. To be honest with you, I'm not saying they get a loss, but I'm certainly not saying it's a guaranteed win. Because their next game is home against Everton. Though they should get a win against. Don't take this the wrong way, and I know you're probably come back saying I'm rude, but no pun intended. But Man City goes to Leicester, and then they have West Ham. So they will get some wins. West Ham they should beat. Leicester they should beat. They should beat their FA Cup opponent in Salford, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Salford, yeah.
Salford.
And that's 3. That could be 3 wins in a row before they have to go to Brentford. And then they have Ipswich. So they have a nice group of games that are winnable games. But that last game on the 26th, right after Christmas, that could be the coal in the stocking, if you ask me. That could be some.
The reason why I asked that, and I'm not saying that City is not a great team. The problem is right now, I'm not even going to talk about confidence. The other teams are not scared anymore.
No.
Right? We have been telling teams for years how to beat City.
Yeah.
But nobody followed our blueprint. Eventually now they are doing it. they're realizing that, if you go at them the same way teams, if you support Golden State Warriors, they will say every time any team plays Golden State, it's like playing a playoff game. When Liverpool used to play a team, it used to feel like we're playing a cup final. And that same team will go and play City, and they will lose before the game even starts.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So now
it's like Mike Tyson in his early parts of his career.
Yes.
Sometimes some boxers would go into the ring with Mike Tyson, and in their mind, they've already lost.
They lost. They were like,
They've already lost.
One
They haven't thrown one punch, and they've already lost. And then eventually even Mike Tyson has his Buster Douglas day where he thinks he doesn't have to train. Oh, I can just walk in and I can just walk into the ring and I'll win. Period. And that's when you're on the canvas looking for your gum shield, as you guys call it over there. Your mouthpiece. Like they give you that quick and that easy.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful thing. This is why Liverpool, I'm not giving Liverpool any room to breathe. I want us to stay consistent and win this league because I believe we can win this league by February. I'm talking a lot of nonsense, but that's what I believe.
Well, I'll ask you a question in return. What was, Tyson, the Tyson one, okay, but it was one punch, right? Knocked him down.
Yeah.
Okay. There was only one punch. So what was City's one punch this year? I'll give you three options. Or you can choose your own. Rodri, right? Rodri, the collapse against Feyenoord from 3-0 up with like 10 minutes left.
That was bad.
Or the collapse against Manchester United.
Can I put
or go with your other version if you do? I mean, that's just three that sprung to my mind. So,
so
I have one.
Can I put a little bit context to it? Right. The 12 man even alluded to the Mike Tyson one punch thing. It was a series of behaviors that he did that caused him to get hit with that one punch. Against Buster Douglas, he didn't have proper trainers. He just chose his friends. His catman didn't even know what to do during the bout. With City, even when Rodri was there, they were playing real poor. Some of us have been clocking City as City is not the same team for, I would say, at least 18 months, right? Last season, it was basically they crawled themselves to the final. If Arsenal were not the baller job that they are, Arsenal should have won the league. This thing has been coming for years. I would say 2 years at least. And it just happened that Rodri was the Buster Douglas of the situation where losing him made it even worse. But City, even this year when Rodri was there against Fulham, if you remember, they should have lost that game.
I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'll go finish.
Yeah. So, but to answer it directly to what Irishman is saying, what's the name? What was the game? Was it Brighton? I think it was Brighton where Brighton played them out of the park and came from behind to win 2-1.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that this team is in big trouble.
Yeah.
That's when I said this team is in really, 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 really big trouble.
Yeah, it was Brighton. I thought, you know what? You could even say the 4-1 loss against Sporting was a very, very big loss because there were those that were saying, okay, yeah, maybe we're not going to contend in the Premier League, but we're going to really do a wholehearted, approach towards this Champions League. And even that got shut down that weekend or that day against Sporting. But I was just my answer to you, Brian, and I'll allow for the panel to give their answers as well, is that I would say the 130 or the 115, as some people know it, but the 130, which is what it is what it. you spoke about Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson fight and how Mike didn't have the proper preparations and the likes and such. It was more the part and point about that is it was the off the pitch stuff that was a big determinant in how and why you're where you're at. And let's not get it twisted. Like I think that the things that are going on right now with this case, with all the speculation of what's going to happen with Pep doing this crazy, like Truman Show style performance of like, like where you're just like,
goth. It's gone all
what is
goth.
going on?
He hasn't left his room in 3 days. He's come out. He's got cuts on his face. He's wearing black.
Yeah.
He's
I'm sorry.
listened to System of a Down. He's,
That's a person who's asking for help.
Yeah, that's some serious thing. Like, and you have a case where it's just getting worse and worse and worse, to tell you the truth, as this all goes on. It's almost like there's some people that even if you want to get into conspiracies, maybe there's some people that might even think, at times, even myself, that think that, oh, well, this losing is maybe a way to take off the attention of the 115, because not many people talk about it right now. Not many people are talking about the 115 or the 130. I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose, but I'm just saying that this is, in a sense, a way to like that you don't hear it in the headlines so much, and
no, I wouldn't.
They would go as far as to say, with all of what's going on, to not say that it is not something that is rearing its head. It's the reason why you have Pep, trying to resign a contract. Like all these off the field, off the pitch distractions are relative. And when you have a locker room, the way that City has their locker room set up, where they've had some big names, but a lot of those big names have either gone on to other pastures, or even if they came back, like a Gundogan or something like that, they're not the same players that they were before they left that door originally, or KDB.
Am I right in thinking that Everton is Man City's next game? That's their next game. Everton.
No, I mean, you got to look also.
I'm sorry to answer Quasi's question. I forgot to answer. He answered. He asked who's the next game we see them winning. I think they will beat Everton. By the way, sorry. Yeah, just to answer your question, I still think they'll beat Everton.
Right. Hopefully, you're putting that into the universe so it doesn't happen. But still, I was just going to say, last part and point was that, look, they have a player that is going through some major changes, major transitions in their life or in their career right now, that like got a lot of us wondering how and why he's in it. But like, the player of the year last year, Phil Foden, is still, I think, struggling to find his form.
One goal all season.
He hasn't been right since the Euros. Rodri and him didn't start off the season as well with Man City. That's why they're being a bit dodgy. Them two are the main guys.
Julian Alvarez. That's all this stuff that happened off the pitch, or all this stuff that's not they're playing. They got their own issues on the play and the pitch. I'm not alluding that at all. But a lot of what went on, you take away you thinking that you taking on getting trying to play the cards right now. All of a sudden they want to play FFP rules, or PSR rules, and you get you unload Alvarez and the two players that were the major difference in you having any bit of a season. Alvarez is no longer with the team, and like I said earlier, like as in Foden having the season that he's having, those are two major components that made a difference last year. They're not existent. They're no longer active in this campaign. Thus, you have a City that is a close to being mid-table team.
And Rodri, who won the Ballon d'Or.
Soon, aren't they? They're bound to beat someone soon, but whether that ushers in good results on the whole, I don't know. They're probably going to continue to be up and down, aren't they, for the rest of the season with the results.
For me, just highlight
in the Champions League now. It is looking a bit rudderless for them now, in terms of getting the Champions League. I hope that happens just for the laugh.
Yep, and that just shows how good Rodri is. He's the main guy. For me, he's their best player, and he's gone missing. They go missing. Always happens.
Yeah,
If we
you
had
could
Rodri
say
under Klopp, we would have won everything.
happened to him last year when Rodri was injured or absent. They struggled. They struggled, and this year no difference.
Obvious, isn't
No
it?
difference.
So bloody obvious that like he is their team in many ways, and when he's not there, they just can't cope. Which that reflects badly on Pep. That's the squad he's built with a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? And they can't absorb the loss of one player. Yeah, other players have been injured, but everyone knows that about them. He's the one player that they can't replace.
That's true.
No, technically on the book, they have what? Holland and Doku as being listed forwards in their squad right now.
Yeah, I was wondering would people get to it. Like, this is what JK hopefully would back me up. I've been saying this since the start of the season. This is going to happen to them. This could potentially happen to them. KDB 33 injured. Walker over the hill. Stones over the hill. Gundogan over the hill. You've won a treble, which takes incredible mental strength, energy, commitment, the whole thing. The come down off of that is huge if you don't massively replenish. If you're dealing with older players, at the start of the season, I said I can see them just dropping off. Not as a club, not as an entity, just this season. And if we could beat her, now I could never pick it working this way, how low they would fall. But I've been saying this from day one. They've done nothing in the transfer market. They brought back Gundogan, Kovacic, KDB, old footballers. KDB injured in the semi-final, got taken off. Injured in the final, got taken off. In the Champions League final, the guy is shot. Walker is shot. The whole thing needed replenishing, needed replacing. They look good at the start of the season. Guardiola, they could have maybe muddled through a little bit. Calvin Phillips failure.
Kyle Walker, best right back in England, right?
Exactly. Like I said, the guy is
I was
done.
told, right? Best right back in the world. Best right back in England.
Not anymore. That's how quickly the drop off is. And all it took, this is what I'm getting to my point, is that for me, it's like 12 man. Everything you were saying is everything I've been saying. The 115, Cheeky Begiristain leaving last season. The guy who is Pep Guardiola's man, his guy. He is the guy. There's him and there's Cheeky. Cheeky leaves. He says, I'm out the door. Pep signing this fake new 1-year contract just for some good PR. All of that was adding up to a club that doesn't know what's happening. Why are they not investing in that club? Ask yourself, as a business owner, why would you not invest in your business? Because its future is uncertain. They don't know what's going to happen. Right? Yep, they don't know what's going to happen there, and it seeps down into the club.
Irishman,
and the knockout blow,
United, right?
Yeah, the knockout blow. But the knockout blow for me was they were on the ropes at all that shit, and then Rodri goes, and as soon as Rodri goes, the whole team falls apart. The whole team falls apart then. So it was waiting to go, but that was the one Jenga piece to me that this season made it all fall down, because Calvin Phillips failure, Mateus Nunes failure, Kovacic does it, but they had to bring Gundogan back. He's not even a number 6. As soon as Rodri drops out, the whole thing falls to pieces. KDB is like getting strapped up, probably getting painkiller injections every week just to get on the pitch.
Crazy.
You know?
Do you reckon some of the players look like they've already moved in their heads, like that they've already
you see, this is the part where a lot of people also not talking. Some of their players wanted to leave 2 years ago. KDB has been trying to move. Edison, last year, they were saying he was leaving, and then he came back. There's 2 or 3 of their best players that, we know about Gundogan. Silva, Bernardo Silva was up.
5 years. Last 5 years.
You know what I mean? So
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, he's been trying to join Barcelona since 2021.
Yeah.
Openly trying to do it.
And just to bring a smile to you guys' face, go look at an interview that Amorim was doing for Sky when they leaked at Old Trafford. In the middle of the interview, there was a leak, so he had to stop the interview.
Yeah.
Seriously? Oh,
They were in there.
nice.
He was in the press conference
He
room.
was in a press conference with
Oh,
Sky. All of a sudden,
yeah,
the
and
league
there's
is
like
awesome.
water dripping from the ceiling, and yeah,
When we told them they are not like us, they thought we were
Oh,
joking.
that's,
Right?
oh,
Big up
that's
to
hilarious.
Yeah.
When United in town, I think United come here on the 5th, don't they? They come to Anfield on the 5th
Yeah,
of
yeah,
January.
yeah. After
I think there's
Leicester.
good odds that
After
we'll
Leicester.
give them a bit of a kicking, isn't there?
Thanks, Quasi.
It's a
See you,
nice
Quasi, man.
display.
oh,
Peace, Quasi.
drop out.
Yeah, see you later, Quasi, man.
Definitely.
Cheers.
Bloody hell,
Anybody
that
that
0-0
hasn't
last
gone
year.
subscribe to Quasi channel?
Big up, Quasi.
Anybody
I'll
that
leave
hasn't
it.
gone subscribe to Quasi's channel. So yeah, JK, you put the link in there, I suppose. Yeah, absolutely. That's it. It was leaking indoors though. No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you get a laugh out of last
jeez.
year? How made up Man United fans were with their 0-0 on Anfield when you looked at what they were saying online. It was embarrassing. But you know, they held us to a draw. So we're laughing at it like this time round. And he's still finding his feet, isn't he? So I think Slot will have him work out too.
Yep. Oh, someone's got a little bit of a mic thing going on.
Do you know what? Oh God, we've been on the crest of a wave so many times, and then fucking Man United comes to town, and we have like a shit game. That's happened so many
don't
times in
even
my
put those things
lifetime.
into the universe. Don't remind us. Don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear it. Do not want to hear it, because this is the time. This is as Quasi would say, this is a celebration. Celebration.
Great, good times. Come
By
on.
the time Amarim even gets a half a team together there, Arne Slot could have won 2 titles. And I mean not 2 leagues. I mean he could have won a cup and a league or a Champions League. Like that's how far ahead of them we are. That's how ready-made. You were talking about earlier on, some mention about, look, you get these crazies out there selling 6-7 people, but that team, he said it himself, of course he's going to say it, but that team was almost ready to go. Obviously you make your own little tweaks too, because you're the manager, you bring your own style, your own little bits and pieces, but that team handed to him on a plate. It's like, could you run with this team tomorrow? It's like, of course it could. Yeah, it's like if we said you could do nothing with this team, it's like, yeah, I've got 2 keepers, I've got 2 fullbacks on either side, 4 centre halves, I've got the whole lot. Maybe I could do it with one of these, but we'll get through it. Very minimal things were needed to be done to our team. And I think he's finding some kind of potential kind of stars in it now that he mightn't have thought were there before, even. Like with some like Gravenberch and that even we may have had to dial it back. But there'll be people that can come in, but right now, this is a team you want to join. That's what I keep saying about.
We are
transfers. We're an attractive
What you were saying about
join
the
City or United or
half-time
Liverpool.
report the other day, like half-time report, it's halfway through the season, and God, I had another point then, but it slipped on my bastard mind. I mean, it's only halfway through Arnie's first season, isn't it? Like, so that bodes well for the future. That, like, with this good halfway through his first season, so his second, third, fourth season should hopefully be just as good.
Oh yeah, if the trajectory is like this, then like if you're an agent now or you're a player or whatever, and you've got an offer of 250 grand a week to play for Liverpool, Man United, or Man City, where are you going?
For me, it all hinges on whether City are punished. Like, if they're not punished, then they come back and buy loads of players and that, and just outbuy us to the title. That would like fuck Arnie up. But apart from that, if that doesn't happen, it's going to be we're going to have a chance of winning quite a few titles in the next few years by the looks of it.
I think so too. I believe that too, Lee. I definitely think so. We're ahead of Arsenal. Chelsea can do whatever they do, but I think we're rock solid. We just need improvements. We don't need rebuilds. Man City needs a rebuild.
Yeah.
We don't. Arsenal, I don't know, whatever they might need, but I think there's no reason why we shouldn't be competing at the highest level for the next 2-3 seasons, definitely.
I didn't know a lot about slot life when we actually announced them, but when I looked at the reasons why we picked him and that, like, and thought that he'd come in and just like the transition would be easier under him than anybody else, and it made sense, and it has made sense, hasn't it? Like, it's making sense. He's done it brilliantly.
Yeah, pretty much so. Pretty much so. What if we lose Mo, Trent, and VVD though? What if it's for a fifth, we'd all be drunk? But hey, right now, the only thing I am drunk on is being at top of the league. And I'm not really thinking about, those things. I think that the Mohamed Salah thing isn't really something I'm really super worried about. I think there's more factors in our favor that Mo Salah chooses to not only stay, but that we figure out a way to get him to stay. I think that there's certainly a solid consortium out there that think that VVD will stay as well as our captain, and will stay with our club for a couple more years as well. And if Trent does want to move on, I'm at a place and point where, like, guys, I'm just going to enjoy what what we can with Trent this year. In that, if he wants to go on to Real Madrid, then I'll deal with it when he makes that announcement and that decision. But for right now,
if it makes Gary Neville
happy.
Like, let it be.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about the way that Trent is committing himself to the club by getting out some really good performances, much like today, defensively and offensively. If you take a look at his numbers defensively in this game, he was dialed in really well. Really, really good game by Trent. And he was also doing the Hollywood passes, as people like to call it, and really dialed in that way too. Offensively and defensively, he was really, really well. And that, again, I'm watching it on replay in the background here too. That assist to Lutro was absolutely
ridiculous.
Sweet.
Ridiculous.
So for those people that talk about Trent and his passing, looking at you, Mr. Das, and he's lost this and he's a waste of space and all that. Those kinds of passes that you saw right today are reasons why I think that Trent is the new
$50,000 on a contract.
We already offered an extra $70,000, and he apparently said no. So
how much money would you pour on Voot Face scoring 2 own goals on Boxing Day for Leicester?
Who? Face.
The Leicester guy.
Yeah, Face. Yeah. I think he's a Liverpool fan from his old days. He's thinking, I scored 2 goals at Anfield. Yeah, but for me though, I think if we beat Leicester, it's for me like Christmas times are really busy and stuff. But beat Leicester with a clean sheet is the utmost thing. That will be my message to the players now. Enjoy your Christmas day, have your little break, but make sure our next game we get a clean sheet.
Do you know when someone scores an own goal, do they still count the assist who created it? So if Trent puts 2 great crosses in against Leicester and Voot Face, like put them in the back of the net, will Trent get the assist still?
No.
They do in fantasy football.
What in the Premier League?
Changes.
Own goals.
They used not to. Yeah, they used not to. Then they started doing it, but they might have changed it since. I don't think they should. I don't think there should be an assist for an own goal.
I don't think they should. I don't know.
No.
I know what you mean, though. If Trent puts a beauty in.
Why is he neither the winger or the fullback?
Yeah, I just think when it comes to FPL, you can't kind of, judge each one individually. But they used to not give assists for OGs. Then they did. Because I got into an argument with somebody on a live stream about it, on day 1, because I'd missed the rule change, and someone scored an OG, and is there an assist for whatever? I was like, no, they don't give them that, and like, they do. Was it no, they don't? And then, the new rules started. They did. I don't know if players get them in FPL stats like in their league stats or their career stats. I don't know.
Imagine how pissed off you'd be if you were a fullback and you picked out a peeler of a cross and it was going right onto someone's head, but the defender got in the way first and bundled it into the net, and you didn't get an assist.
Yeah,
I'd be peeved. Quite frankly.
Yeah, there's nothing better than good own goal. Where a defender kind of top corners it off a great cross. So yeah, about face.
I still think that what you did ask too. By the way, you guys did you did ask about that, because I'm watching the replay again. You asked about the Madison goal that made it 2-1. Is that what the goal you asked about, or did you ask about the second goal in Lante? First, or was it the Solanke goal that you asked about? I thought that the Madison goal was, they were fortunate that when Koseski got the tackle on McAllister and he was on the ground, and he did hook him with his foot. McAllister's trying to get up. Koseski knows what he's doing. Rather than let him get up, he hooks him with his boot and keeps him down, and that is what gives him the moments. But yeah, that's what I thought happened in that particular case. Yep. But let's see. Is there anything you guys want to say before we're at the 96th? We're at the 90th, past the 90th minute. But we are definitely going to be rocking and rolling pretty soon here. With bring the show to a close, but talking about the agent fees and such. Agent fees are serious. Agent fees are definitely serious when it comes to evaluating what you do with certain players nowadays.
Yeah, I got to get me one of those agents licenses. Get me some cuts on some deals.
Yeah,
I can fly around the world. No, it's just Hustle Bones is kind of saying, what if all these three guys leave? And I was saying, look, players leave, but he's asking the more kind of direct question. Yeah, but if all three left in the summer, Mo, VVD, and Trent, yeah, I'm not saying I'm worried. It's not that I'm not worried. That would not be ideal that we would lose all three of those players. But what I'm saying at the same time, Mo and Virgil aren't going to be around. No one's going to be around forever. But again, of course, you don't want to lose all those three players in one season. That would not be ideal. No, of course it wouldn't. I don't think it's going to happen. That's why I'm a bit more sanguine about it, a little bit more. I'm pretty sure we're going to lock down a deal for two of them. I won't say which two because that'll just turn into something else. But I don't think all three will leave. But obviously, if all three of those players did leave, yeah, but then you would have a big job. They will all move in the end. You will have to. It's just called planning. Like we should already be planning to replace Virgil and Mo. Who's going to be coming in a year and a half, 2 years time? Who we looking at? Whose progress are we monitoring? So, yeah, but I just don't think we're going to lose all three. But yeah, of course, it wouldn't be ideal for all three to walk. No.
Yeah. Lee, anything you want to say to the people before we allow for them to enjoy this celebration?
I think we might make mincemeat of Leicester and West Ham in the coming days.
Okay. Enough said there. All right. Irishman, you have something you want to say to the people?
Oh God, no! I thought I'd had my airtime. No, it just as usual. Pops, Mark A, Red, all these people, everyone, brilliant. Thank you for being here. If you haven't hit the like, make sure you do. We might get 20. I don't know where we are. It'd be great to get 20. But yeah. See you tomorrow. See you next day. Thanks for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Yeah. Of the
How about
roast
for you,
box.
JK?
Me, enjoy the holiday times and enjoy the results. You know, it's been a good season. No need to moan. Don't get involved with people who moan. Yeah, man, enjoy the season.
Okay, okay. And Nolante, do you have something you'd like to give to the people as we?
Speech.
Yeah.
Long time coming.
As we round it up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time of the year. You know, family, I just want to say, if I can be serious for a moment, you know, let's have a moment of silence for old toilet over there. Let's have a moment of silence, please.
Yes, please. Okay. Bow your heads.
Don't let the roof leak on it.
Wait, no. How can you have a moment of silence when all I hear is a toilet flushing in the background?
Oh, right.
My
Okay.
bad. My
Wait.
bad.
Hold on.
That's Manchester United's season.
Hold on. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you said about toilets flushing down.
Here we go.
Here's United.
There you go.
Oh, there.
Oh,
That's United.
Oh man, Manchester United and City going
City.
down in the same bowl right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
But sorry, I was being serious there. Sorry, apologies. Well, you know, apologies about old toilet. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you know, it's another year, another season of Thanksgivings. Please, you know, keep your friends and family safe. Appreciate one another. There'll always be haze. If there's haze, then hate. Don't bother to get physical, engage with them. Let them hate in their own bedroom behind the keyboard. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give my many thanks, blessings to the co-hosts. My co-host, as usual, the most of the hosts, 12th man, the man with the master plan, in Arizona, West Side Philly. You heard. Big up to Scouse Lee. He's in the city. Whatever you want, he can give you the latest info. And
Not far from
blessings.
Manchester.
Exactly, no part from Manchester. And again, the flying Irishman, you know, he can talk to you to death. He can get into confrontations. He's a very knowledgeable man. Mr. Brian, he is indeed. And last but not least, JK, the man with the scouts inside the Bundesliga. Anything you want to know about Germany? JK's your man, believe me, and in the Midlands. And special thanks to our co-host, I guess, Quasi Bond. Like, share, subscribe. Blessings to all of you in the chat. I mean, we can mention names: Jimmy, Rebellion, Robert, Reds, Pops, everyone, all of you. God bless you all. God bless you all. And I'll leave you with something like this: Mo Salah, our Egyptian king. Mo Salah, let the doorbells ring. Spurs 6-3. Oh yeah, we know they're quite lame. Dominic Szoboszlai. Well, to be honest, today for Spurs, he brought the pain. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say, God bless you. Have a great Christmas. I'm sure we might be doing the show before then, but I'll say it now. Arrivederci, sayonara, up the Reds, 6-3, top of the league. We move. Good night.
That's right.
Can I just say this about Man United? I wish Sir Alex
Big up,
Ferguson many years more good health so he can still be alive when Man United haven't won the league for 40 years.
Wow.
I want to
There you
say,
have
Reds Rebellion TV. Put your link in the chat, Barjan. Put your link in the chat as well. I put
They
Irishman's in
can't. They're
there.
not mods.
They can't.
Only
They can't.
mods.
You have to put
Oh,
it.
Only
You have
okay,
to
mods
put
okay.
it.
can put links in chat. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, you'd be more than welcome to. But Ale. Definitely. People, it's time. It's a joyous time right now. Hopefully, well, you'll be with family this with this upcoming holiday. Hopefully you're with family just in general, with loved ones. Hopefully you continue to hold those close to you that are precious to you as I would like to say, as Reds, there are those of us that do really hold each other as being truly, truly beloved, and you are certainly that for me in the chat and on the panel. As Reds, I really do appreciate the fact that I get to say that I'm a Red alongside of you in this campaign and in campaigns to come. I certainly look forward to those days. So big up to everyone that says the same, hopefully, about myself. And I would also say, up the Reds, top of the leagues, people, top of the leagues. We'll have a review. We'll get into a little bit of like team talk. We'll do our thing mañana. But just enjoy the day, people. Enjoy it. You're gonna see a lot of those naysayers, those haters come out of the woodwork all of a sudden in their Sunday best, trying to like take the spotlight. No. This day is for all of us, but especially for you, those that have definitely been true to the cause. So big up to every one of you, and I hope that your day is fantastic. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, again, up the Reds, people, up the Reds. Take care.